Where the fuck is McClay?
What's up? What's up? You got Vader goo all over the lens. Vader goo.
Hang on, let me get to my ad real quick.
Okay.
All
Becky,
right.
Joe Harris, episode 35, take 1.
You can eat it real quick.
Becky, Joe Harris,
I gotta get
Bogcast, episode 35, take 1.
I gotta get more organized here. All right, it's a thing we do here. If you don't mind.
Becky Joe Harris, episode 35, the Bogcast, take 1.
Sweet.
All right.
You just go right there.
Hang on a second. This sucks.
Yeah, man. You think that you'd be prepared?
Right.
This is prepared. I have a notebook.
I'm just giving him shit.
I know.
Shots fired.
Hang on. Here we go. Okay.
Action.
You can go like this if you want.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Nice and fancy.
You know, put your feet up. You
And
know, put
then
your feet
good
up.
for right now, man.
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
This is the Bogcast, episode 35. We are officially sponsored by Bang Salon. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and styling, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Excuse me. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
Bogcast.
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, I'll fucking kill you. Cool.
Big shout out to Mollicone Kennels. If any of you guys got any dog training needs, he's a great all around dog trainer. If any of you guys know anybody with hunting dogs, send them to Mollicone Kennels and tell them the Bogcast sent you.
Awesome.
Nice.
We talking about the strains today, or?
The strains today are all over the place, guys. It's just keef upon keef upon keef.
What?
The strains.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying
Yeah.
my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a very awesome guest in the house today. She is a actress here in Phoenix. I mean, you can see her in all kinds of short films, commercials. She just had her first big SAG film. I can't wait to talk about. She also does makeup, and she's owner of a company called Beck Aesthetics. Do I have that right?
Beck's Aesthetics.
Beck's Aesthetics with an S. Okay,
Nice
I'm sorry.
alliteration.
About that. Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet.
Not
I'm sorry
alliteration.
about that.
Anyways.
My bad. No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good.
No,
No,
my
yeah,
bad.
but
My bad.
No,
No.
you're good. No. Welcome and thank you for coming on. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you taking the time. So
Thank you,
awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
yeah.
Excited.
So what's been going on? Well, actually, I wanted to tell these guys about your big SAG film that you shot in Tucson recently.
Oh.
So she just do you guys even know what SAG is?
It's Screen Actors Guild.
Screen Actors Guild. Yeah.
No, as opposed to the Film Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from Team America.
Oh, okay. I never watched it. I'm sorry.
But anyway, so and when you're an actor, becoming SAG is kind of a big deal, and to get eligible for that is actually kind of difficult. You either have to, I think you have to have a line in a SAG film, or you earn
Vouchers.
Vouchers, yeah. And you get those by being on sometimes as an extra. There's a bunch of different ways you can get these vouchers, but it takes a long time sometimes for an actor to even become eligible and stuff. But
I think I did. I keep getting told that, yes, you did it, and yes, we're sending your stuff in, but I'm not going to believe it until I get that, the
Yes.
mail.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And I can look at the thing and be like, okay, and even still be like, wait, are you sure? I don't know. So
Yeah.
I gotta
That's how
get
I
it.
am.
Yeah, I need to know.
That's
Yeah.
almost like one of those steps on your career that if you're an actor that you want to remember, right?
Yeah,
the first
exactly.
it's kind of like when we were kids, the first
like presidential award for doing a bunch of
they would
pull-ups.
frame and shit. Yeah, parents would frame everything, you know.
Yeah,
that would be something cool, like, you know, make something funny out of it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What do you get for being a SAG actor?
Well, that's the thing, is that
SAG
sometimes
member.
you have to make the decision whether you even want to go SAG, because once you go SAG, you're competing with obviously only SAG actors, and I don't think you can do non-union anymore.
No.
So, but the thing is, there's so much non-union work that helps build your resume. So you kind of have to find where you're at, I guess, in your career as an actor, whether you want to go SAG or not, like what kind of experience you have and need. So,
do you want to be like thrown in that pool of
have you thought about that at all?
Ocean?
Actually,
I definitely know that I would wait until it's like a must join. So Arizona, I know you have to be in 3 union projects for you to be a must join, and in LA it's 2. So I just wait until that, and then plus the fees are incredible. They're just
and then you have to pay
expensive.
these fees.
Is that like a yearly due or something?
I'm not clear on that. I think it's like a $3,000 upfront cost in LA, like $1,000 here, and then after that, I think it's like maybe I'm not gonna say it, but you definitely do have to pay yearly, kind of dues
fees and stuff. So but then also you got your own trailer. I mean, that's amazing.
I know. I feel like
she had her own trailer.
I was like, should I?
Wow.
I mean, should I post? And I'm like, no, gosh dang it, I
course,
deserve it. You know, like
yes, do that.
even though it was like a smaller part, and it's like
I'll tell you, I'm glad you posted it, because when I saw it, I was fucking stoked. I was like, hell
good.
yeah.
Oh,
So thank you for posting
I was so
I love
excited.
seeing when people that I know and
Me
worked with
too.
that do awesome shit, and I'm like, you got your own trailer? That's so awesome.
That's
thank
one of the
you.
moments you should be posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
Not the silly
She got
shit
one of those
that
Star
other-
Wagons.
Yeah,
Like,
Seen those, like,
I know. I thought I was driving to Tucson. I'm like, I was like playing it down. I'm like, it's probably gonna be one of those like stupid little trailers. It's like really old, you know, and it's rinky dink. And I get there and it's like the Star Wagons and the big makeup and hair trailer. I'm like, wow, this is actually
the real
pretty.
deal.
Yeah. I had the little PAs and everything running around, escorting me places.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
So when you were in your trailer, did you like what kind of things did you do in there? Just go over your lines? Like, were you super nervous, or did you just relax? Or
I was pretty nervous, but we waited for like 6 hours for our part, because they switched the scene around.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is okay, I guess, and I went and got snacks, and Mark Spino.
Oh yeah, wasn't he next to you or something?
Yeah. So they had it wasn't like a full trailer. It was like one of those. It was like split up in 2, and it had the like kind of a door
partition.
that. Yeah. So we undid that, and we like talked for a while,
That's
and then
cool.
took a nap.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
So you had to bullshit with all of the other actors, and
There wasn't really too many. There was a couple that had come from LA, and they'd been on like shows like NCIS and whatnot. So that was cool to kind of talk to them. And they were so like just laid back, and it just made me realize like, don't put too much.
Yes.
Weight into a role, because they were just like, I'm the cop. I think I did this. I'm like, wow, they didn't really go like super in depth with the script. They were just kind of, and these are people working on these big name shows. Yeah. And they're laid back, relaxed.
Professionals.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I know I have to be a cop. I'm gonna be a cop. You just do it. You don't put too much. Well, you put into the role, but you don't like.
Overthink it, or just stress yourself out about it.
Yeah,
Because that's what I do. If I was there, I'd be stressing myself out in the trailer room the whole entire time.
So for 5 hours, I was like, oh, this is okay. And then when they're like, okay, we need actors on set, and I was like, oh, that's right. I forgot I was filming. I was like, oh, shit, that's right.
The studio is amazing. I don't want to leave this place.
Oh, yeah. What kind of cop we got here? We need actors on set. I'm like, wait, me? Oh, shoot, that's right. I'm here for acting.
Yeah,
Did you start going through stuff on the trailer?
I did. I was like, I was opening doors. Like, oh, it's empty. I always do that. I like to look through the bathrooms. Yeah. It was
you do that at the doctor's office too? Pull open the drawers?
You know what?
No, I think you get in trouble for that. Yeah.
I do that. Don't take anything, but I'm like, that's interesting. What do you think is that?
We'll edit that out.
We're gonna have to edit, yeah.
Did you? How many? Are you allowed to talk the name of the film and stuff like that, or is it on the down low, or?
No. I can say the name. So it's Spiked, Spiked, and I can't remember the name of some of the actors in there.
Oh, that's cool.
But there's like a couple that are kind of known. Oh,
Sorry,
how rude!
I know. Fuck, and you told me too.
Seriously? Just kidding.
God damn it. Yeah. So how many lines did you have?
Oh, I only had 2 lines. And that's why I was
would
like,
still be
do I even
stressed out.
deserve to put, I'm like, it's just 2 lines. I don't know.
No.
But there were, it was very cool. It was a really good experience. Yeah. But it was awesome. I didn't go for a callback. I totally thought I didn't get it. I mean, I even did, so I do little sketches on my Instagram.
Yeah, on your story and stuff. And
yeah, I did audition anxiety, and I did that video right after that audition. And so I do characters. So it was like me and then my character, which was also me in the car.
Yeah.
I'm basically talking to myself.
Yeah.
But me, I had like one button undone. Because when I walked out of the audition, I like noticed, I'm like, did this come undone while I was in the audition?
Yeah.
I'm like, I definitely did not get that. Yeah. I'm like, I'll just do a video about it and laugh it off.
Yeah. Is
That's
that a
the
way to
best thing
release
to do.
Yes, that's the way we release some of that anxiety is by doing those videos.
Laugh
That's
about
a good
it.
idea.
Yeah, just be like, this is pretty funny. And
Yeah.
other actors are like, oh, God, that's exactly how it feels.
Yeah.
So true.
It's funny, too, because the auditions that you think you do shitty at or don't get are the ones that you actually get.
Yeah. Like, what?
Because, I've had that happen a couple times.
You
It's like,
sure?
what the fuck?
Yeah, we always overthink ourselves. We second guess too much and overthink the silly stuff. Like it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I'm still playing back how I did on set, like were the lines stupid?
So,
I don't know. Did I?
After, like, say, how many takes did you get to do of it?
It was crazy. They were so efficient and fast. Like the makeup artist was doing my makeup while they were setting us in position, and they were like, "We're gonna do a roll and rehearsal." They did the roll and rehearsal. They're like, "Okay, Rebecca, I just want you to like write a note or something." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then Mark, do this, and then they rolled again, and then we did that, and they're like, "Okay, move on." And I'm like,
did they have you laughed up or boom or?
Yeah. I can't even remember. It was so fast. I barely remember the sound guy doing the lava. Yeah. And the makeup was, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's moving so fast. I need to take this in.
Yeah. Damn. And then how many actors were you in the scene working with?
Just Mark.
Mark was in it? Wow.
It was so weird. We both have done scenes together in our acting class.
Yeah.
And then we get on, I see the call sheet. I'm like, Mark.
Yeah,
yes.
no shit.
Oh my God, so cool.
Yeah, and then they say cut, and then do they say good job, you kill, or do they don't? Then they do the normal like they don't tell you anything.
No, they're just
so
like, okay,
was it good?
On to the next one.
That's what sucks is like you never get any
feedback.
So you're in your head forever. Like, was it good? Was it shitty? Like,
and that wasn't the role that I auditioned for.
Oh,
so
that's weird.
I didn't know if the lines, if I even did it right. Like I would be more comfortable if it was the role I auditioned for. Then I know like they liked the way I did those lines. So I'll just do it how I did in the audition. But I don't know. But it should be okay. I don't know.
It was a good experience.
It was. I'll just take the experience. I'll take the SAG rate, and then I'll take the little.
Nice.
Whenever I get that in the mail, I'll probably post it.
You gotta post that.
I always
have
do that
to.
stuff. Actors are always like, "Oh, I don't really brag on social media." I'm like, "Well, you've worked so hard, you put so much hours in. You deserve at least one post where you're like, I'm just so happy I did this."
Yeah.
There's something that I would have a hard time dealing with, and every actor has to deal with it at some point. You do so much work that you don't get paid for.
Yeah.
And that would be so hard for me.
That's true. That is true. But what happens that's awesome is when you get that really good high-paying gig. Mm-hmm. I look at those free ones as like they were paying, and that one evens it out. Because as a matter of fact, the highest paid gig that I ever had, it paid my bills for like a year, dude.
Holy crap.
I seriously, I worked for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And while I was, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, this, and it was all luck.
Jeez.
It was all luck. And afterwards, I realized all the free things led up to this, and I'm not going to stop doing the free things because when I do extra shit or I'm really picky about it, but you can meet other people that lead to other projects or think about you.
That's the most important part.
It helps me actually just break out of my shell, my anxiety. You know what I mean? Like I gotta do, especially if I'm not getting paid gigs. Like you should go do free shit. You know what I mean? And meet people and stuff like that. So
I always get the feedback like a lot of actors don't do like student films or like of course like there's certain student films that like don't you've probably done enough to where you don't have to do. But like some of the ones where they're the senior projects and they have all the equipment
and they're putting their heart and soul into it.
Oh yeah. and they, I read their scripts and they're really good. Like, you have to be kind of choosy, but a lot of their scripts are just so creative and so cool and cool concepts, and I can picture it.
So you'll still do it, student films?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And sometimes they're so appreciative, like in the back end, they're like, here, just take this
and you
money.
never know, one of those filmmakers later on could be
yeah.
some bad motherfucker, and then
oh my gosh,
think
yeah.
of you, you know what I mean?
Some of them
Pay
I
it
see
forward
so
type
much.
thing.
Yeah, they have so much going for them. I can totally see them doing stuff in LA, and some of them have gone out to LA and are doing like concept pilots and that kind of stuff. So I'm
and
like,
then you're building that network in LA.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't say no to shit.
No.
Yeah.
When you're an actor, at least when you're an actor.
Especially
or
when
maybe
you're first starting, right?
Oh yeah.
When you're first starting, you definitely don't
when
wanna
you're
say
first
no.
starting,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's kind of precarious because I think I've done it for about 2.5 years, like more just, like going to classes consistently and just kind of working consistently. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, shoot.
Dude, where do you take acting classes at?
I haven't taken a class in like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
But at the Howie Acting Studio, it's just like money.
Where's that at?
So that's over in Mesa.
That's the one that
They're
Jessica
really
goes
good.
to, right?
Yeah. They're
She was
really,
talking about
really
that.
good. They really push you to be real in your scene and to like get into the character, and just they're great, so I just need to make a little more money.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's so funny because you have to pay for the classes to help you get good, to make money, but you need the money to get to the classes. And it's like it's kind of like you want to get an agent in LA, but they tell you like, well, are you SAG eligible? It's like no, because I
need an agent.
I need an agent. How does that work? I'm so confused. They're like, no, we won't take you. I'm like, oh, what? Yeah. So I don't know.
That's a really weird thing, trying to make it in that
roundabout.
Yeah. For sure. But so you want to talk about? I want to talk about your other things that you do. Like
I do so much.
I want to get this right. Beck's Aesthetics.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of cool makeup on sets.
Makeup, skincare. Skincare is where it's kind of like more of my bread and butter kind of, job. And I do like doing that. I've had my business for about like 3 or 4 years, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
We really like talking about when we have business owners on and stuff. Like Shannon was just talking about the struggles of the artist box, and I have a good friend with the Jiu-Jitsu Academy and some of the struggles he went through. Do you have anything that you've faced that is it just hard to keep it going? Or?
Oh yeah, especially when you have other endeavors and you're trying to balance everything, and I want to build it up, but at the same time spend time on acting. So it's really hard to balance it. So it's like, do I want to make money? I don't know. It's very
I know what you're saying.
How long have you been doing that?
About 5 years, and I've had my own business for about like 3 or 4, like 4 years, I think. Yeah.
That's
so
how'd you get into that?
So I graduated from ASU in like 2014, and I got 2 bachelor's degrees, and in 4 years.
Damn.
Wow.
What the fuck?
So I thought, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a vet. No. maybe the coffee. Endorse
with
coffee.
a little bit of Adderall.
Yeah, with the Adderall. So it's cut it. No.
That's crazy. 2 bachelors and 4.
Yes.
I would take a ton of classes at once, and sometimes it would like reach a limit. I'm like, what? I can't add another class? So I took classes at GCC also.
Damn.
And so I got my BS in psychology, and I had a 4-year scholarship. What was that scholarship? Not the Ames. Was it the Ames scholarship? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I think they got rid of it, but it was really nice. I had that. So I finished it in 2 years. Such a tough dilemma. I was like, well, I have 2 more years on this scholarship. What am I going to do? So I got a art study, a BA in art studies.
That's actually kind of cool, but that'd be kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But I guess my question is, did you get paid because like you were going to school off of that?
For the aesthetics and everything? Okay, yeah. So when I graduated from ASU, just to like do the backstory, I was going to an esthetician like every month for her facials, and I was telling her it's almost like a therapy session. You go in there and you're talking about your month and and I'm like, well, I graduated, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. And she was moving to a new place, And she's like, you know what? I need a new receptionist. And actually, I think you'd be really good at this. I think you'd kind of like it. It's only 6 months to get your license. And then you can work with me while you're doing that. And you can kind of shadow me. And she's really good at what she does. And she has a huge clientele. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? That's smart. I think I'll do that.
Yeah.
So I did that. And with that, I got makeup certified. And I was like, oh, wait, I could do that on set too.
Yeah,
the
no
makeup
shit.
stuff. And it worked with my art degree because I did painting and sculpting and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So it worked with my art degree.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So do you...
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Just keep it going. I'll switch it out real quick. That's my bad.
Sorry. So you got into it that way, but what was the route to like start selling the products and on your own?
Oh, how to like so with the skincare, yeah. So
like, did you have to start your own business? And
yeah, I don't know how. Oh, geez, I was so young back then. I had
Yeah.
so much energy and life in me, and
and
but
enough to
it
get,
was- yeah,
to
yeah,
get
to
two
get
bachelors
two
in 4 years
start a
and start your own business.
business.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So I worked with this esthetician, and I was getting some clients, doing facials and whatnot. And I'm really bad at selling product. When I do a facial and the client is there for their treatment, I just tell them what I'm using and what I think would be good for their skin. But I never say, like, you need this or whatever.
Yes.
Around, like, facial 2 or 3 or 4, they're like, actually, can I check out a sample of this thing, or can I? And that's when they.
Yeah, you're in the perfect situation to sell that product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, yeah, of course. But after about a year, things just kind of fall into place. And I was working with her, and I wasn't really enjoying the receptionist stuff anymore because I'm like, that's not what I want to do, and it's taking up a lot of my time. I have this license. Why am I just doing this reception stuff and just doing having a couple clients? And down the hall in the salon boutique, I don't know if Jordan, she works at Bang Salon.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it just
in
a separate
suite, like, we rent out, like, so there's a bunch of other hairdressers. And
Exactly, that's where I'm at. I'm at a
okay.
salon boutique. So
Okay.
did she decorate her room?
Yeah, so it's her
Yeah.
own style and
Exactly,
everything,
that's
you know what I
mine
mean?
too.
Yeah, yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
genius. Whoever
I just
came
love
up
it.
with that idea, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she has 2 chairs in there. And,
So nice.
yeah,
That's
so she's
awesome.
thinking eventually to have someone under her that she could rent out one of the chairs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
it'll
what I
evolve to
did.
that.
I moved in with a massage therapist. She was like looking for someone, and it was just down the hall. And I was like, well, you know what? Let's just do it. I'm going
Yeah.
to build up this clientele here, and then some of them are going to have to stay with this other esthetician. Why am I doing that? Why don't I just do it right now? I have some money saved up, and moved in with her, and then she left. She had like a baby or something, and whatever. And just kidding. No, it was great. Her baby's so pretty. Anyways, so
That's even worse. Like,
so she was like, well, do you want to take over the lease? And I did, and I decorated the room, and so it's all my style. And
What, are we allowed to say where it's at, or?
yeah, so it's at a salon boutique on Scottsdale and Thunderbird.
Nice.
And so it's not too far. It's like 30 minutes from me, and like my poor friends that have to drive from Mesa, whatnot.
Yeah.
It's kind of, but yeah, I
and
like it.
you're your own boss, so you can book your own times and everything. It's
Exactly.
nice.
So
Yeah.
when I have auditions, I can just be like, hey, Susie Q, is it okay to move to an hour later? And they're like, haha, I know you're a little actress. So sure. And I'm like, sure. And I'm like, okay, cool, Susie. That's great. And then that's how it works.
I couldn't imagine some of the people that you have to deal with in that area.
They're all pretty nice. Every so often, you just have someone that's really, it's the nitpickiness, you know.
Do you have one client at a time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And how long do you spend with? How long is it within the session?
It depends.
The reason why I ask is because
yeah.
do you find yourself also being like a psychiatrist at the same time?
It's so funny.
And the reason because I asked because Jordan doing hair.
Yes.
Half of her job is people just completely unloading their personal lives to
God,
her
yeah.
because it's someone outside of their circle that
Yeah.
they can kind of vent on. And she comes home and tells me some deep dark shit, and I'm
my
like,
God,
what
it's
the fuck?
crazy. I
And
I don't know what
and
to
it eats her
say.
up as a person sometimes,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So like that's half her job is talking while doing the job, but
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of being a psychiatrist, like everything's gonna work out.
My degree worked out really well with the psychology degree. It just all like kind of melded in a little
That
bit.
makes sense,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. So I always go like, so how was your month? Like, sometimes they're like, oh, it's so great, and then other times like, oh god. So like the whole hour I'm like, oh, and I just I like towards the end, so I always do like a mask and then like a shoulder massage. So like I just really do like a good shoulder massage, and like by the end they're like, sometimes they fall asleep or sometimes they're like, oh, thank you so much. And like I just really love, helping people out. It just makes me feel good. I'm sure Jordan's kind of the same way. She's
she hates it.
No, she hates it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing with you. How did the makeup evolve to to doing it on sets?
It just kind of happened. I had to figure out.
Because you were in that world, and then like one day they needed a makeup artist, or
God, I don't know which.
Because you do it on
came
sets,
before.
right?
Yeah, I do. I think I just kind of, because I was already kind of auditioning while I was in the aesthetics school. And when I was getting makeup certified, we watched videos of like these special effects makeup artists. I'm like, that's right, you know, like that's so cool.
Badass.
So I just contacted, you just have to be proactive. You have to look at what you want and then just kind of see how am I going to get there. So I just looked up top makeup artists, top film makeup artists in Arizona. And like there's a list that pops up and you're just like, oh, let me contact these people, find out their Facebooks, just message them. What can it hurt? They can say no or not message me back. And I had, I don't know if you know Danya Blanco. She
I don't think so.
I shadowed her a little bit, actually. It's so funny. I shadowed her on one of my first film sets. I shadowed her on Jessica Martin. It was one of her first film jobs.
Sorry.
Jessica.
We're noobs here, so I fucking.
Jessica Martin.
Yeah.
We know Jessica.
Yeah. So she was there, and I was helping with the makeup on it, and that's where we first met. And it was our first, I was my first makeup job on set. And I think she had done acting jobs before, but this was one of her first films. I don't know, probably not remembering that right, but yeah.
But you're also getting set experience too while you're doing that too.
Exactly.
So you're meeting people,
and you're understanding how the crew works and the crew calls and all that kind of stuff. So I always think it's really good to work in multiple aspects of the industry because everything's interesting. Yeah. I'd love to figure out, the sound design. I love editing. Editing's fun.
I started getting into editing recently. I hated it at first, but he just built this badass supercomputer. So now I'm just awesome. Really stoked to fucking edit and stuff now. So
I need to figure out.
So basically, that just transitioned into you jumping on in front of the camera then.
Yeah, I actually started. I liked.
So was the makeup before?
Initially, no, acting was first. People always get that confused because I just makeup. I was like, this is easy, it's good to get on set in another way, and so I was acting before that. When I was going to ASU, I took some on-camera acting classes and theater classes with my art degree because it was just art studies in general.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I realized I'd always audition for plays. I'm a quiet person, so it was difficult for me to get roles in plays. I'm like, maybe I'm just not a play person.
Yeah, you have to really project yourself.
Yeah. So when I took that on-camera acting class, I was like, that's right. This might be my in. I really like this, and I really felt so good about it. So from there, I started doing that.
What on-camera class was that?
It was with his name's Charles St. Clair, and it was at ASU West Campus, and he was so good. He kind of just helped us build our resume or figure out a resume, a headshot kind of deal. It was just kind of all around basics, and help and show us where to find auditions and everything. Yeah. So I really appreciate that class because it helped me figure out Durant Com, and I started looking at that and just and then from there I just kept I auditioned for a sketch comedy group, and I was in that for a little bit. I did 3 different sketch comedy groups, and 3 different.
Is everything cool?
Yeah, I was looking for another SD card.
Do we have one?
Yeah.
Whispering.
No, it's charging.
On.
No. Well, we can run the GoPro on it anyway. So, but sorry about that. We're fucking. This is our new setup. And I just got that camera, and I'm still figuring it out. I guess
very fancy.
I had a smaller SD card in there than I thought.
Oh boy.
But
it's okay.
So you could do blood and makeup and bruise it, stuff like that too.
I love doing that kind of stuff.
And you just learned on your own?
Yeah, I learned some of it in my makeup class at that aesthetic school.
Yeah.
But that's why I liked Danya. That's why specifically is that she did special effects. So I kind of learned from her too, and then I was, always looking stuff up. It's hard to juggle so many things. So I haven't really been working on that skill too much the last year or so, so I'm more rusty.
Yeah.
But it came in handy, my painting and sculpting background, because I was able to, realistically create bruising and the coloring and whatnot.
Do you still paint?
I do. It's so, like, it comes and goes where I'm like, I have to paint something.
Oh, really? That's
so the
cool.
last 6 months, I'm like, well, I don't know. But then, but ideas kind of pop in my head, and it's just that you get so busy with certain things.
Do you sell them, or just you keep them for yourself? Or?
I'd like to sell them. I have one hanging up in my place.
There's nowhere to see them, like, online on social media or anything, or?
I should have a thing. I have one called Rebecca Gambino Artistry on Facebook, and it's like 5 years old. There's like literal cobwebs on the page. It's so old. Yeah. It's not. I've not posted anything there in forever. Yeah. But
there's this is probably part of one of your questions, but there's something that I want to bring up, and that's laughter not guaranteed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we do more with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw that?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, my God. That's great to hear, Brian. That's awesome.
Keith sent it to me, and he's like, check this out. Tell me what you think.
And so, to be honest, and so just so you know, he's like completely honest with me about everything. Like, 9 times out of 10, he's like, dude, that sucks. That's dog shit. So for him to tell me it was funny, like, no, in a good way, which I want.
You're right.
I want to hear all that.
Yeah.
But, so for him to like tell me that he was laughing his ass off, like, really meant a lot to me.
Oh, that is so great. Thank you.
Yeah. You want to hear the most impressive story about that? Is on set is when you rolled that joint.
Oh my God, yeah.
She learned how to roll a joint in like
I didn't
5
know.
minutes.
Well, because when someone tells me I have to do something,
and then,
they're like, "Are we gonna have to?"
The prop guy came over. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, say it.
I was just say the prop guy came over and showed her, and then I was just standing there like, "Whoa!" And then they yelled action, and she did it, and it was looked like a decent joint.
Because
it worked
I was
out
really
perfect.
impressed with that.
Thank you.
It worked out perfect because it looked exactly like it was, like somebody who hadn't rolled a joint in a long time having to go roll a joint.
Yeah.
So it worked out well because it was like I brand new to it. I didn't know. I just, I never want to hold up a set. And so when they're like, are you going to be able to do? I'm like, yes. And I just always say yes. And like, let's just do it. That's like the thing. I'm not sure, but let's just do it and see how it works out. And it worked out pretty well. I had to do that like 2 or 3 times. So yeah. And each time I did it.
That whole project seemed absolutely amazing.
Oh, and such great people working on it. And I really hope, I know we have the next script kind of fleshed out. And it's more, I'm not going to say what it's about, I guess. Cool. But I don't know. People get, so it's independent film projects. People get kind of busy, and so I'm hoping,
you never know what's going on.
But it's been so well received. So many people like it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We got a good reaction.
And then Keith came in, and
he did a good job in that too. Man.
Oh, Keith, he stole the show. It's so good. Oh well, Parco Richardson, he was like. We need a guy like that.
Oh yeah,
like
she got me involved in the project too. So
we need a drug dealer kind of guy. Like I don't know exactly who to go. Yeah, and I read
You're
the character.
Keith.
No. But I read the character, and it was so laid back and so funny, and so like, I was like, I think I know exactly who would fit like perfectly. Like you're just such a good actor.
Oh wow, I appreciate that. I really appreciate you getting me involved in the project too. I mean, just the way that Parco shoots it, and it's just like a very professional run set. Like there's a prop guy, and they're really concerned about the frame, like how the shot looks, and every little detail in the background is
so professional.
Like it doesn't look like it, but it was placed there. You know what I mean? That's the goal, I think, of a good like a good shoot is, or the visuals of it is when it it doesn't look like it was supposed to be that good, but it is. You know what I mean? In the frame and stuff. So.
Exactly. Like none of that stuff was there before.
Yeah.
And then the where I'm like rolling the joint and it's like bright outside. That was all at night.
Wow.
Yeah. With the lighting and everything. It's so professional. Such a good set. Yeah. So I really hope we do the next one soon because I'm like kind of itching.
Are they doing anything with the episode or?
I think we want to build up like maybe
like a few
maybe another episode
one,
and then just kind of create what is that called, like a little kit thing,
like a press
send
kit
it out,
or something,
something like that, and then you kind of send it out and like say, hey, we do this.
I think
Maybe
that's
by
a great
episode
idea.
3, I can grow my hair
Yeah.
back out, hopefully.
Oh yeah, shoot, that's right.
You're gonna have to wear a
Kind of
wig.
lost that role, I think.
Yeah.
I don't look like
Oh
Jesus
man,
anymore.
yeah. Oh, we'll figure it out. There's gotta be a way.
Actually, I thought it'd be funny if the character had a fake man bun anyway.
Yes, that
Yeah.
would be hilarious,
And
dude.
That'd be awesome.
So I can
Yeah,
just put it
yeah.
on here.
There's gotta be a way to fix it.
Just like
Bring me back, Parko.
Princess
Yeah.
Leia had the fake.
Yeah.
We don't have
And
another. What's that?
Princess Leia had the fake bun
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's very few things that everybody loves to use the saying laugh out loud and a lot, and it really doesn't happen very often. But I seriously was dying
Really?
laughing watching
Really?
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I was crying.
Oh,
man.
no
That was
way,
so
you're
funny.
awesome.
Yeah, I think my brother was watching it at the same time too. We were watching it together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was.
They
was
cut
great.
out a lot of good stuff to it. I also like that they weren't afraid to cut out stuff, in that film. I hate it when films keep every
They're just
single
committed
thing,
to
and I'm
every
like, I
little-
really didn't need you to keep that scene for me. Like, if it worked better, just
Oh, yeah,
take
cut
it
it out.
out.
Yeah,
like,
no
we
shit.
don't need it.
You got to serve the story in
Yeah,
the movie.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah,
I
there
hate
was
that
some
too.
there were some good parts in there that were.
That'd be cool. There's like a
awkwardness.
little behind the scenes or something. Or
Yeah, there. Yeah. Oh
Well,
man.
for those of you guys that haven't seen this or don't know what we're talking about, they filmed a short. It's like a 15-minute first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
For this show, Laughter's Not Guaranteed. And where can they find this? Where can they go see this episode?
So you could go to it's on Vimeo, and
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I almost said Venmo.
I know
Yeah.
I hate how close those are together. Like it's so hard for me. So Vimeo, yes, don't go and try to transfer cash. That's
No, well,
when you get there and you're
transfer
transferring cash as a no, that's the wrong app. So you go to Vimeo and type in like Laughter Not Guaranteed. There's like a whole bunch of videos. So you might have to go instead to the production company's name, which
Oh.
is Save the Airwaves.
Yeah.
So that's their production
That's
company
cool.
name.
That's a cool name.
And that's such a good. They're so awesome, and on there you'll see it, and it's. I'm you don't see my. It just says Laughter Not Guaranteed. I'm trying to go really in depth. You'll find it. It'll be.
It'll be
there.
there. Trust
Try to
us.
tell them
Just-
the colors. What
If
it'll
you don't
look
know how
like.
to search and find shit,
Like it's
back in
your
2019.
it's your loss. I don't know what I can do. It's yeah.
It's
But-
also on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. It's on if you go to my Instagram page, it will be on a link there in my bio. My Instagram name is, you'll probably put it in the thing, but it's
Yeah, I'll do that.
at it's like ITS. It's Becky Jo Harris. It's Becky Jo Harris.
Nice.
So it'll be.
And you're a fun person to follow online, especially. about the
I haven't
stories and
done
stuff, so.
sketches in like, it's funny with social media, you don't do stuff in 2 weeks and it's like you haven't done stuff in years. So what happened to her? Is she okay? It's
Yeah.
like I just been busy. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or like I have ideas, but I'm just like, oh, I'm too lazy right now. I don't
Yeah.
You
feel like
do the
filming
sketches.
it.
Do you do stand up also, or have you ever thought about
No.
that?
And for this Laughter Not Guaranteed, I'm a stand-up comedian in it. So I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
do at least maybe one stand-up show. I just have to. I write down little jokes in my phone, like the notes, and I don't know if any of them are good. It's so hard. It's so
It
scary.
is.
My
Oh, that
God,
is
it's so
that's
intimidating.
art that I really respect and appreciate a lot, but I don't think
Yeah.
I could ever do.
I
just
get
'cause-
sketch comedy is fun. Like, you're backstage, you feel like you're going to throw up, but there's the lines that have been set for you and you go out there and it's exhilarating.
And
then
have you
just
done
do
sketch
it.
comedy?
Yeah, I've done so I've worked with like 3 different sketch comedy groups and I did that for about a year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half total. And that was really fun. I've done improv too. Improv is hard. I just like
That
I
is
couldn't
hard,
do
yeah.
that. I'm not good at that.
I don't know.
I get too embarrassed for myself and other people.
No,
I can't even
I'm
go
the embarrassed
watch it.
kind. Yeah. I'm like, I just kind of like
I
make a
can't
noise.
even watch
and-
karaoke. Like
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't do karaoke
I
either.
feel cheesy.
And you're not
funny.
even doing it?
Yeah, even watching other people.
Yeah. It's kind of like embarrassing for you,
Yes.
like a
You don't do
secondary.
karaoke?
No,
I don't either, but it was...
no. I've been talked into it, and the whole time I'm singing, I feel like I hear people laughing. I'm like, don't you hate it? You can't
don't
even
sing?
hear. You can't even hear yourself. Oh, I sing, but just like I don't know.
In the shower,
yeah.
When nobody else can hear you.
Yeah, I sing, and I am doing
try to
like a
sing.
short film, and they want to do like a musical kind of thing. So I'll do
really?
that. And they're not going to take it too seriously, but that I'll be able to kind of like, I'll sing. I'll show people like, yeah, I can sing a little bit. There you go. That's what I can do.
You seem pretty like just proactive, constant. Like you're constantly auditioning.
I love it. If I don't do something for a day, I like get really antsy, and I know that might not be good in the long run. I need to like chill out.
I think it is good because it's a numbers game, and the more you're doing that, the more projects you're gonna get.
The more people you're contacting,
and then also the better you're gonna get, especially at the auditions and stuff. But do you still get nervous when you go on auditions, or?
Oh yeah. Like that spiked audition.
How many times did you have to audition
nervous.
for that? Is it once or
just
twice?
once?
Really?
Some people went for callbacks all the way to Tucson. That's why I didn't think I got it, because I didn't get a callback.
Yeah.
But
that'd be kind of shitty having to go all the way down there to be told that you're not getting it.
Yeah, some of my
shitty,
friends drive all the way to LA, and it's a 10-minute audition.
I've done that,
and then
came right back.
and you come right back.
I brought down to play like
it's
20
crazy
30
being an
times.
actor. You're just like spending money on gas and like.
Well, I take the bus.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. I mean, it was the Greyhound at first, which sucks balls. Fuck you, Greyhound. But there's another bus called Flixbus.
Yes,
and they
I've
have
heard of that.
badass Wi-Fi that doesn't smell like a fart.
Yeah,
There's room. So you could actually get get work done on the internet and shit. Or
I've thought about that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Greyhound, that's exactly what I picture. Like, as soon as you walk
the Greyhound,
on,
half the people are smuggling drugs up their ass.
Like piss in there.
Well, I told my mom, I was like, you know what? I was going to do like background work out there. And I told my mom, I'm like, maybe I could just take the Greyhound or something like that. And my mom's like, no.
It's pretty bad. And
I was like, well, my friend Keith did it. Keith did it. And she's like, no. I'm like, well, whatever. Keith is awesome.
It goes to a pretty bad part of Los Angeles.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And
I'm glad I didn't do it then.
When I was on the Greyhound, I would wear a hoodie just like this, just so I wouldn't get lice, because I just know there has to be bug on. It's just so gross in there.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm really always listening to your mothers.
What's that?
Yeah,
always
they have
listen
that
to
sixth
your
sense.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Like they know.
Oh yes, they do.
You know, I remember the only Greyhound experience I have is
you have one. He has a crazy. Didn't you? Well, just really quick. He went all the way across country on a Greyhound. Wasn't it a nightmare?
Oh, you and Homer did it for a Halo tournament.
Oh,
2.5 days on the Greyhound.
2.5 days. Jesus.
It was horrible.
Living in it.
Oh my God.
And we had to come back too.
Wow.
What? So like 7
on the
days?
Greyhound?
Yeah, we had to come back on the Greyhound.
I thought you guys flew back.
No, we did. We got
Jeez.
when we were going up. We went halfway. We rented a car because it took so fucking long, and then on the way back, we took the Greyhound all the way.
I think it's in Chuck's GoPro. If the other GoPro is up there.
I feel like we're missing an SD card.
Yeah, if there's another GoPro up there, we can.
You guys have like camera upon GoPro here.
Yeah, let's.
So fancy.
Hold on. Let me grab the GoPro.
What's up?
Let me grab
This
the
is
GoPro.
part of it.
this is what happens behind the scenes. Yeah.
Now,
Is this a take 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
we have to redo a whole thing.
What? That was so good though.
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding.
Okay, action. You guys are good.
Bam.
Back from technical difficulty.
All right. Thanks, Ben Benz. No, what were we talking about?
Laughter not guaranteed.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That one's good.
Yeah. So thanks for watching
That's
that, Brian. I
fun.
really appreciate it. Thanks for
It was really
appreciate
good.
that.
I'm really hoping that we get some more out of that
Good, yeah.
idea, and there's
Yeah.
some more stuff coming down the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, you just gotta. Maybe I'll talk to Parco soon.
Yeah, hopefully he'll
Oh,
watch
no.
this episode. Get this
Yeah.
going. This
I
is
actually
That's
asked Parker to come
genius,
on,
yeah.
so hopefully he'll come on.
Yeah,
we haven't
that'd be
set
awesome.
a date yet, but
That'd be awesome.
hopefully he'll come on and talk about some stuff too. So
Yeah.
great.
because he shoots all
storyline.
kinds of crazy shit.
Oh, he does. But their stuff is so good. I was so
Yeah.
excited when they wanted me to do that because their stuff comes out so good.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to mention. So the cameraman guy, cinematographer, his name's Aiden.
Oh, yeah.
He owns a Red camera, and we actually shot another film with this guy called
Static.
Static, And anyway, this guy just got nominated for an Emmy, 2 Emmys.
2 Emmys.
Wow.
So the 2 projects that he did, I think 2 different projects that he ran camera for, got nominated for an Emmy. So that's kind of crazy. And he shot Left or Not Guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He's so great. Yeah. Speaking of Static, what was that the first time I met? Like we were trying to figure this out last week. How did we meet each other? I have no clue at all. But
I feel like there was like a University of Phoenix print shoot or something, or maybe Chris. Actually, you probably need to turn that in here.
Yeah, just turn that in.
Yeah, did you do a University of Phoenix print shoot? No.
Oh God, that's one thing. I have the worst memory. I have like face blindness sometimes. I can't remember people's faces sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I can be on a set and someone will be like, "Hey," and I know by the tone of their voice we have definitely talked before.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Hey," and so I like lean in for a hug. They're like, "Oh, a hug." I'm like, "Oh shoot, it wasn't hug level."
You're overanalyzing it.
Oh no. So I'm like, "Yeah, hey you." That was awesome. Good to see you.
It's usually names
so
that people forget, not faces.
Faces. I always forget. I freak out. I don't know. I can't remember people's faces.
Oh man.
So bad. I hate those kind of like, that's why I don't really like going to those like not film fest, like those kind of get together things, because people will come up to me and they'll be like, Becky,
I don't really
Rebecca, good to I'm like, oh God. And it gets crowded and people, I'm actually like like crowds just, I don't know. I'm so shy and introverted, and it just like drains my energy so much.
I'm the same exact way. Like I don't like being around big groups of people. I get nervous now. I think I've always kind of been like that.
I go home and I take the ice pack out of the freezer and I put it around my neck, and I just watch a show or something. I'm like,
home.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too many people.
Sometimes
too bad you
so
don't smoke
fun,
weed.
just sitting at home.
I know.
What's that?
Sometimes it's just fun just chilling at home and just,
yeah.
You just can't wait to get to your little safe spot and just,
just relax.
relax.
Yes.
With like your dog. Oh, just relax.
Yeah.
No people.
Do you have any projects you're working on now coming up or you're shooting?
Not really. What do I have? There's those, those what's it called? The contest, like 48 hour or whatever. There's one or two
challenges?
coming up. Yeah. And
like a reality show type thing?
No, it's put on by IFP, I think, which is the
International
Independent Film
of Phoenix.
I have
Something.
AIA Film Challenge.
No.
Well, I don't know who runs it, but they do these challenges where you just shoot a short film in 48 hours.
Oh, I got it.
This
put
one's
a
like
team
a month
together.
long. This one apparently is a month.
IFP.
Oh.
IFP.
Yeah, IFP.
What does that stand
I know, but
for?
what does it stand for?
Yeah, that'd be good to know. I've been in a couple of these. I have no clue what that's for.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, awesome.
But
Fired.
fire
fired.
this guy. He's a little no.
If
I'll fire him for
anybody
you.
knows a new Jamie,
Don Rose? He's like,
Yeah, but I'm doing that, and then nothing too much. Doing little sketches here and there, and just kind of
do you have a certain process when you go over lines, like to memorize them?
To memorize them? I don't really have any memorization techniques. I just kind of like read it over and over and over again and just go through the scene again and again and again. And eventually I'm looking at it, I'm putting it down, I'm looking at it, I'm putting it down. And then eventually I get to the point where I don't have to look at it anymore. So.
Independent Film Project.
there you go.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Independent film project.
Makes a lot of sense.
That was way off.
way off.
So you get to the point where you're do you get to the point where you're like acting it out too, like physically, like standing, or just or do you wait till
I'm
you do
always
that on the set?
Pacing around, standing, saying the lines, kind of like I never really block it too much because you shouldn't really block. I don't know.
Not necessarily block it, but
stand just think of the action, and and I try to, like they always say, like when you first read it, don't like put any kind of inflection in it, or I have a hard time doing that because right away I get so excited.
Me too, yeah.
I get so excited and I like read it through and I'm like, no, I need to just read it through blandly, just kind of picture the scene in my mind, not really, And then
we do that a lot in everyday life.
Yeah,
just
so it's hard
reading
not
text.
to.
Yeah, so it's hard not to do it. And
Yeah.
you put in that inflection on those words and.
Well, yeah, you're so used to it, and then you read a script and you're told not to. It's hard.
Yes,
especially
really
when you're
hard.
playing the role.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have a muscle memory already
Yeah.
of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You have to totally change that.
And you can't put too much stakes into it. I notice that when I read it out loud and I'm reading the other person's lines, I'm like, that came out more natural than the one I'm reading the lines for, because I'm not really caring too much about those lines.
Oh,
you ever
yeah,
catch yourself? You ever
Yeah.
catch yourself like thinking those lines, like your other actors' lines while they're going on, or
Yes.
because I've seen like I can't remember where it was, but they were showing like actors messing up, and there's a lot of ones where the actor, is while the other actor's saying its lines, the other actor is mouthing them.
I know. Who was that? There was one person that does that, and they didn't recognize that they did it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's like, they're waiting for him to do it, and as he's doing it,
And they're just like mouthing. Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then
yeah.
they would jump in, with their lines. Kind of like
crazy.
they're so
I don't
used
think I've
to.
ever done that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. That would suck to not catch
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Could you
yeah.
imagine being the editor or whatever, not catching that?
Yeah,
What
there's a
are
lot
they
of
doing?
Yeah.
There's so much shit that sneaks by editors though.
Oh gosh. Yeah, yeah. Like Game of Thrones. What was that? The
Starbucks stuff?
Yeah.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. Do
Oh,
you?
really? Oh yeah, we talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah.
did a whole thing.
We
Yeah,
had,
off of that.
We talked
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I don't watch.
Actually,
it
there's
too
some
much.
interesting things of George R. R. Martin that came out
Yes.
recently.
What?
Well, just things
Oh,
that we
okay.
kind of already knew about. He's not going to follow the show for the rest of the books. And,
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got 2 more books
He
gotta
thought
put
the
out.
show was going to help him write more, but actually, I think it created more of a writer's block for him. So it was,
I
like,
can
actually-
imagine that.
so-
Yeah.
I think that's excuses.
You're the lazy.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah,
he's
you're
had
right.
so many years. It's like Jesus
Just
Christ.
do it.
Like,
Yeah.
what is he doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Just.
He's going to
Push
Game
yourself.
of Thrones conventions and shit, and letting everybody ooh and ah over him. And I understand that. That's cool as
And just
hell,
Take the moment. Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's gonna die before he has a chance to
Yeah.
do it, and that would suck.
He'll just halfway right through it, and then someone's gonna have to pick it up and be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, we're gonna have to just like make something up towards the end."
What
there or
was that
something.
How
other-
would that work?
Well, there's another guy that did a story, Robert Jordan, I think his name, A Wheel of Time. Do you know about that? Don Jose?
No.
The reason I asked you is because Homer was really into that stuff. One of our buddies, and he had like a 7 or 8 book saga going on, and he died right before the last book.
No.
So they got a guy who was kind of like his editor that really knew his writing style and stuff
Oh, yeah.
to finish the last book. He had his original outline, so they finished it. I think it's the
Oh.
Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan.
Might just have to do that.
Or like
With
how Steven
him.
Spielberg finished, or he actually finished AI,
Yeah.
or not finished
Oh.
it, but did I think didn't Stanley Kubrick start that and then
Oh.
Spielberg finished it.
that's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spielberg kind of just did it. I don't know if he did it for him or what.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Have you seen AI?
Actually, no, I haven't.
No, it
but
wasn't
has.
AI.
Law.
It doesn't happen. It didn't happen. That's not AI. Kubrick died on the Tom Cruise Nicole Kidman
Which
movie.
one am I thinking of? Jamie?
What's the question?
I
You're
like
thinking
that.
of
I
Eyes
was
Wide
looking at
Shut, right?
Eyes Wide Shut is where
The one
Stanley
that
Kubrick
artificial intelligence. Not that wasn't Stanley Kubrick. It was
died. Who directed AI, Chris?
well, Steven Spielberg, but
yeah, before him.
he was it was a project
Shoot,
that
I
he
feel
was
like I
finishing
should
for
know this.
somebody.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know
but
that.
we
but
got-
who's
we
the
got
guy
that.
that ended up dying?
Fired.
That where Spielberg took over for him.
You know Haley Joel Osment doesn't blink that entire movie.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
How young is he in that?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess 11 or 12. But
Yeah.
because he
Kinda
was a
creepy in
robot,
that.
he decided his character shouldn't.
Stanley
blink.
Kubrick.
That's
I told you, yeah.
incredible.
Oh, wow.
So that's a Stanley Kubrick film that that he was. I think he started pre-production.
Oh, okay, that makes
did all
sense.
this crazy shit for it, and then died, and then Steven Spielberg
Yeah.
decided to do it. So it's directed by him, but that's technically a Stanley Kubrick.
I had no
film.
clue. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to watch that. I keep
I
meaning to.
haven't watched it in a while. I don't know if it holds up, but I remember enjoying that film.
Oh, I keep
It
meaning to watch
it didn't do so well as far as for a Steven Spielberg film.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
You guys were talking about late fees for a little bit when you first
Oh,
got on. What's
yeah.
going
Yeah.
on with late fees? Let's hear.
oh yeah, so we just had a table read last Monday night, and just found out we got financing. Actually, Chad just showed me the receipt of the place that's building the VHS rental store and the days that we're renting out for that.
Oh,
and
cool.
then he actually locked in a bar somehow. So
That's
he
awesome.
actually sent me pictures today of the bar. So,
Nice.
Oh my God.
Every day things are just kind of picking up for it. So
Such a good script.
we were just originally just kind of shooting it punk rock style, just random weekends, just with whatever we could with every crew. And then actually Justin, the sound guy, I've known him forever. He's such a good dude. And he kind of just asked Chad, like, what are we doing here, and like, what are we doing with this, blah blah blah, and kind of
lit a fire
under Chad's ass. And he's just been fucking going hard behind the scenes, just doing all kinds of crazy shit. So
what was that, last week, and now he's already gotten
done that. Yeah, exactly. So
Jeez,
and there was a lot of stuff that he had done just to lead up to that table read.
Wow.
So it seems like a slow progression, but if anyone knows how films go, especially when you're doing it on a limited budget, it's really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were talking about earlier, with people, most people have day jobs, so he wants to pay the actors and obviously the crew and stuff. So if they have to take off, obviously you want to try to do on the weekends, but if they have to take off days of work, you want to be able to pay them, at least the difference for that or whatever. So,
So you guys had the big table read over here last night. I saw pictures that looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Was there how many roles are there in this film?
At least like 8.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a guess.
So basically, they already have all those roles figured out, and all those people were here, plus the director and a couple
Chad
of
camera guys. And so it was
Pretty
just
crowded.
good for Chad because it'd be interesting to write something and create this world and then have everyone read it in front of it. So he got to hear it back for the first time, and it was very beneficial for him because you can change some of the dialogue here and there, get an idea how the actors are going to be playing the characters. The other camera guys and had ideas like we need to put a little certain oomph of this the middle of the film, and we should have like a little more of an action sequence here, so he got to go. He's just kind of fine-tuning the script until the end of the year, and then instead of doing it punk rock style like we were, just putting the brakes on a little bit, getting that financing in place, and starting shooting in March of 2020. So
and I wonder how it already looks so good the way he was shooting it
I know
before.
that's
so
what I'm saying.
Can you imagine how it'll look?
Yeah,
like
the short film there was literally $0 and we didn't have a makeup artist or anything, and like we could have had some blood even in that, you know what I mean? So I think with a budget,
oh my God,
hopefully
so good.
be
I
there.
just love the colors in it. Like somehow he's able to like figure out these colors, the yellow and like your outfit and everything. It just looks so good.
Yeah, Chad does a good job at that.
It's just a really cool idea and story, and that's another thing I'm really excited for. We've talked about it a lot on the show how good that was too. So I'm really happy that you guys are working on that.
Yeah, so I'm really glad that you took that part. So it's kind of the same thing. I had just told Chad and mentioned and then I don't know if they reached out to you or I told you or something, and then I kind of just put it in your guys' hands, and then you guys messaged and
I just was really, as soon as I saw that short film last year, I was like, I need to be in that, like if that's a feature. So they had an audition for the therapist. So I auditioned for that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then I auditioned for what's her name?
Grace?
The wife. Yeah. No. The other role. But I auditioned for that, and they're like, you know what? But I'd like to offer you the role of Grace, and I'm like, oh well, yeah, that sounds
just
great.
So you know, after I had walked you guys out after that, like Chad and everyone was absolutely blown away by what you've done that night.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I
thank
have
you.
to tell you this because I know how you are. Or not you are, but we are as actors. We get in our heads like, did I do okay? Did they like it? Blah blah blah.
Because Ayana said the same thing, and I was like, I don't
know.
know.
As a matter
You're my
of fact,
friend.
they were very impressed by Ayana because she's doing that killer fucking accent.
Yeah, she did amazing with that.
Yeah, literally right when I walked back in, they were like, "Oh my god!" Blah, blah, blah. And I felt the same way too because every actor is so different and diverse, and it just brings like such a, I don't know, it felt cool.
Personality.
Personality.
Yeah.
And that's what you need in a good project is different kinds of personalities, and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's good to know.
Cool.
And then Chad mentioned doing a podcast while we shoot. Doing it. So
yeah, that's right. I remember him saying
we'll
that.
just,
That'd be awesome.
have him, and then just run it or whatever, and then have people just hop in the seat and just ask questions if they have time or want to.
Yeah, just have like
Awesome.
a revolving. We can have the seats set up to where it's just a revolving group. Whoever's
While
got
we're
time,
filming.
take a seat. You
Yeah.
know,
There
you
is a
gotta go, you gotta
possibility
go.
we might shoot a couple of scenes here, I think.
Yeah, that would
so
be
you can even do
perfect,
it,
yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
That'd be a fun episode.
Yeah. Awesome.
playing my fucking sister, my annoying sister.
That's so much fun to get like annoyed by you and like, man, but it's hard.
From your drug dealer to your brother.
To a brother, yeah. So versatile, Keith.
You probably guys have seen her in a million commercials. I mean, what commercials have you been in? You've been in everything.
God, I've
All kinds
been
of-
doing a lot. Well, like, a lot of times you get these like kind of background roles, and you don't realize how prominently you'll be
Yeah,
featured. Like I
that's
did
true.
an Arizona Federal Credit Union as background, and they had me like they dressed me up as like it was like a homegrown bank, so it was like a farmer's market. So it was
I've
like
seen-
in a little farmer's outfit
that
thing.
would pop up on every YouTube video
Yeah.
I watched.
Yeah, it's so funny. And I was paid, like a background role fee. And then they put me as the cover on their YouTube
What?
page.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know,
Yeah.
but you should get money for that,
I
right?
know. I was like, what the heck?
Did you talk to your
It was
agent?
exciting, but well, I didn't. I told them after the fact, after I got in, I was like, oh shoot, yeah, this has been showing. I should probably tell them like, hey, by the way, I booked this. Do you want any? Like it's so hard to kind of maneuver that.
Yeah, that's gotta be
You know.
weird.
But
And then like you say like I should be geting money for this, and they take it down. Then you're like, fuck, I
Oh,
like
no,
it up
I
though.
wanted
I wanted it
yeah,
up.
no,
but-
leave it there. Yeah, and I've done like some spokesperson stuff. I did
Yeah,
an
those
actual
ones are
speaking
awesome.
thing, and it's called a Buyer Hunt. It's like a real estate app, but I think they've been showing it on ABC 15 just as like the real estate company's like commercial.
Yeah.
So I'm like it's a husband and wife duo, and we're like racing to go get to the house, and it's
Yeah.
like really funny.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, you
Really? And I'm
probably-
like,
yeah, I guarantee it.
go, go, go. It's
Yes.
like, no, make a right. He's like, I'm
Yes.
going left, and I'm like, what? No, like it's really good, and that's been kind of showing.
That's
and
awesome.
So do you?
yeah.
I think I know the answer to this, but I wanted to clear it up. Do you get paid for each time it's shown, or is it like if it's shown during that
I
year?
wish it was
I think when you're in
residuals.
SAG, that's how it works.
Yeah, it's
And there are I've seen gigs that I've applied for, auditioned for, and stuff that it's like usually like say maybe $1,000 buyout plus 20% agency, and then another $1,000 2 years afterwards.
Yeah.
Meaning, if it's still running for, it's a 2-year buyout, but then if it keeps running again, you get more after
Yeah.
that or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure as you get more into SAG, it's the more
Oh,
it's
the
shown.
residuals.
But usually, it's when you're non-union, it's just if you're extra, it's like $150, $200 background, or
at that point you're so appreciative. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yes.
god, yeah.
or if
that's
you're a
great.
featured extra, you could get 500 to 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, a lot of people are like, oh, no way. You can't do a buyout. I'm like, if I did that with all of Arizona's projects, I would never work.
Yeah.
I'd be just an uppity actress that doesn't do any kind of film
Yeah.
work, any kind of independent film work. Oh, no, I can't do that commercial because it's a buyout. Like, then I'm not doing anything.
No, for sure.
Yes.
No, you can't
You
limit
know?
yourself to anything.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it's good practice too,
Yeah.
and you learn set etiquette and like
That's important. Set
yeah.
etiquette.
Oh yeah,
like that.
yeah. And people appreciate that when
Yeah,
you're on set, and
for
then
sure.
they talk about you to other people,
Yes.
and recommend you
Yeah.
Yes.
for future projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very
So-
good point. Yeah.
So all about networking.
Fuck, I just had a crazy ass story. I just forgot what it was.
No, your stories are
It
the
was
best.
the craziest. Fuck, I forgot. It's a huge brain fart.
Oh, man.
Commercials, something about commercials.
Oh, you want to hear the craziest story I heard about it being an extra?
Oh, what?
So I was updating my picture at Central Casting, or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and I'm fucking waiting that goofy line, and then they take me in. I'm sitting next to this lady, and we just start bullshitting, and she's telling me how she used to be an extra, and she was just getting back into it and stuff. And then because I was like, hey, do you do this a lot? And she told me she was on the set of that show Broke Girls. And she was just standing there, and a guy goes, hey, do you mind coming over here for a second, and can you just say this line really quick? And she's like, yeah, I guess. And she said that line.
Yeah.
And now she gets like $2,000 royalty checks every year. She's gone up for like the past like 4 years.
It's so
And
random out there.
I know. And I go, you won the mini lottery.
That's
and even though it's just $2,000, but that's
something you can expect.
every year. And she's like, yeah, I didn't think I was getting it. I just got it again. Like a couple weeks ago or
That's
so.
like Christmas. It's just like a random gift throughout the year.
And I told her she won the mini lottery. And she's like, yeah, I know.
That's incredible.
And she said she was literally standing there, not even paying attention, and they just pulled her into it and stuff. So
that's so awesome. I like doing background work. It's hard now because it's so far away, and I'm really super choosy.
Oh,
about
you mean
it.
out there?
Yeah, out there. I'm like,
you did some stuff out there. I saw your MDB. I didn't realize you did more than I thought. You were like on NCIS, was it? Or?
No. I did so my first one was the Goldbergs.
Oh yeah.
And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. So you were on the actual CBS lot.
Yeah,
that's badass.
That's
I didn't get to do. I didn't get to do that.
I love being on those lots.
I know, it's so cool.
So much history and everything.
So awesome.
That's so sick.
I remember when I was younger, my mom would be like, "Okay, we're gonna go to LA. Like, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Oh, Universal Studios." She's like, "Okay, you want?" I'm like, "No, the studio tour." She's like, "You don't want to do any of the rides?" I'm like, "No, I want to do the studio tour."
Yeah,
I was like 10 years old. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then walking on there as a background, and you're like, you go through the what is it called, security and whatnot, and then you're just free to just roam around. Like,
really,
just like a little tear comes to my eyes. Yeah, exactly. And I think which studio? I was on the Sony lot, and then Warner Brothers, and
Warner Brothers would be awesome.
Yeah,
and you were shown in Brooklyn Nine-Nine too, right? Like
it's like a little tidbit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Cool.
It's really cool to see these actors that you admire, like Andy Samberg.
Oh yeah.
Terry Crews walk around with his like sides, and he's sipping his coffee. Andy Samberg just like standing there taking direction.
Weird.
And then it's just so like you were saying when you were on Westworld, getting to watch all that.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Yeah.
You learn.
Great.
It puts everything in perspective. Like I was telling McClay, you think that they have this special secret ingredient that none of us know, and we're like we're always trying to figure it out, but it's really not. It's just they're just really, really, really good.
They're professionals.
They're professionals. They're persistent, and
they take direction.
They know how to listen. They're cool. Most of them are nice and cool. That's a big
back,
thing.
funny, kind of like just nice and
And then when you see them walking back and forth their slides, you're like, that's a normal human being, and they're not doing anything different.
It takes the mystique away from it. That's why I like doing it. A lot of people cut down background work, but every so often it's nice to. And you don't know if someone's gonna walk up to you and be like, "Hey, can you do this line?"
Yes.
And then you get
the only people
$2,000.
that shit on background work are people in Phoenix. They don't shit on.
No,
you don't
out
shit
there,
on out in LA because in
it's
LA,
normal.
if you're either acting and if you're not, you don't get acted out. You're doing extra shit, or you're fucking waiting or Ubering. Like no one's going, let's not hire that guy because he's doing extra work. They don't even know you did extra work.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you go into a casting office, they're not remembering, oh, I remember I saw you as a background actor on this one show.
But out here, for some reason, it's like, you do extra work? What? Why would you still, like, I don't care.
I can't stand everything you do here is wrong in someone's eyes. And I just keep doing what I want to do. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just fucking.
Like, just have fun. Like, I'm having fun.
That's the most important part. As long as you're having fun, keep doing it.
Yeah. And then people will notice, like, oh, she's upbeat and, it's fun to be around.
She's fun to be around, yes.
Like, she's having fun with it and not, like, cynical. Some people can get so cynical and, like, just even starting out. I'm like, hey, stop, just
jealousy.
Just have fun. Yeah.
I think it's a long road as an actor, even to barely even get your feet wet sometimes. I mean, they say in stand-up comedy that takes like 10 years to even get decent. I think with acting, I'm in my like third or fourth year. I still think I'm such a noob.
Too.
And I don't even think I don't even look like, I'm not I want any success or anything, but I don't even think it's going to even be a possibility till I'm at least 10 years in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
like,
I
to
know.
be honest with you. And I'm in no rush. And that's the problem is people put like, if I don't do it in 3 years, then I'm going to give it. It's like, you're already fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, don't put a time limit on it.
You're putting a time limit on it.
You just can't do that.
Something's going to come along when it's meant to be, when you're ready for it. And
you have to go through all the hard times, and like, that's part of it.
And it makes it exciting, like that trailer thing. Like, it just was so exciting because I'm like, God. For 3 years now, and then finally,
I couldn't imagine
I got this, and, I don't know. Yeah, it does take a while. Like, a lot of actors, like, who was it? Molly Shannon, it took her like 10 or something years, Jenna Fisher, also like 10 years to get that role. And, they get kind of like side parts on different sitcoms and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like how too that you like watching like actors like behind the scenes, the way they talk, interviews.
I love podcasts.
I love that stuff too. Yeah, podcasts.
You get their inner, like what's happened with them. Like I was listening to one with like Bill Hader,
I'm obsessed with him now.
Yeah.
I think
so good.
I fucking love his fucking new show.
I love
on
Barry.
HBO. Barry, yeah.
Barry is so good. I highly recommend that
I think
show.
The actress on that show is
she's brilliant.
underrated. She's fucking a genius.
Yeah.
Because she's acting with an acting on the stage.
Yeah.
When she's acting and she's like doing her character's doing a bad monologue, but then she has to come out of that.
And she's out of it
and then
unreal.
react to the bad monologue as the character.
It's
like,
crazy.
Whoa.
It's God.
Yeah, that's got
such
to be
a good
really
show.
hard.
Yeah, dude. And then Bill Hader, he's fucking writing and directing this shit.
Yeah, he's genius.
Because he started out more directing. Like he actually went to, I believe, SCC.
He was a PA on like a shit ton of like sets
he did
before.
PA work,
yeah.
and we just and it's just so random how things happen. And this is why I love listening to podcasts, because you hear these random stories. So he auditioned for the Groundlings and didn't get into it, and he's like, he didn't let that get him down. He just was like, I'll just do improv at another thing. Well, it turns out that group that he got into had Nick Offerman's brother in it. And you know who Nick Offerman is?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And so he's married to Megan Mullally, and she came to one of their shows, and she was like, this guy would be great for, I'll tell Lorne Michaels about him. And it's so random. You never know.
Yeah, I think I heard that I think that might be on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
I
listen to so many different random
what
things.
What podcast is this that you're listening to?
I don't know. There's so many.
Like there's ones like with actors.
Podcasts. Yeah. Awards Chatter with the Hollywood Reporter is a good one. That one just popped in my head.
Nice.
Because it has a lot of those kind of actors in
I like that one on Netflix we talk about that's in black and white. The Sam guy. What's his
off
name?
Camera with who is it?
Is it Sam?
Sam Jones?
No.
Yeah, no.
We always get
I'm like, this isn't right. No, it's Sam Jones. It's Sam Jones, I believe.
Jones. I love the Inside the Actors Studios. I love those.
Yeah, I love.
Do they even do that anymore?
No, I don't think so.
They have actor on acting. Or
yeah, that's
like
what I was
like
gonna say. Where they have all the guys in one table, and like I saw one with like Don Cheadle,
the
Ted
round table.
Danson.
Are you talking about the Variety ones?
That's on YouTube that I'm talking about.
The Variety does the round tables.
Variety.
When the award season comes out, they'll do like a producer one, a director one, an acting one.
Oh, I love listening to.
There is an amazing one recently with Sacha Baron Cohen and
Ted Danson.
You told me
Ted
about
Danson,
that one, right?
Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey is telling Sacha Baron Cohen like how badass he is and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking awesome just watching them talk.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was a little weird in that one. He was kind of weird.
That's why he's awesome.
Jim Carrey's always a little.
They're like, why
funny.
do you act? He's like, because I'm broken inside and this, and like he got really dark, and then like they changed the subject really quick. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that guy's been through some shit, man. That guy's been through some shit.
Oh yeah.
I think the girl killed herself and blamed it on him, and he had to go. Then the parents were like, after like a couple of years, like, we're gonna sue you over it. So he had to relive the whole thing.
That's insane.
That sucks.
Here's the craziest part, right? The girl put in the note and said it's because he gave her an STD.
Oh, why? Oh, jeez. So now.
So allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Jamie, is this a fact?
Can you imagine how shitty that would feel?
Look it up.
Hurry up.
That's awesome, man.
Your
Jamie.
girlfriend's dead, and then somebody outs you like that. Fuck that.
That's awful.
Well, it says here the first thing is Jim Carrey is cleared. So
okay, good.
Of the STD or the
both?
Both, all around, across the board, cleared.
He said it is a true story. He says that she tried to extort him over STDs, but there are no facts or anything behind it right now.
I think he was just maybe breaking up with her, and she got all.
That's exactly probably what it was.
But
she went as far as killing herself.
See, it says she forged STD results.
Oh, there we go.
That's really super in depth.
But now here's
how
a perfect
do you do
example.
that?
Yeah, that's really.
Now everybody thinks he's got an STD. Like, that's why it happened.
I know, but how? Like, imagine the process of forging an
Yeah.
STD result. Like you have to go find someone with an STD.
She was probably psycho.
She was
Put that
she
in
was
like a
super
little
driven, but also
swab.
depressed, and
Yeah.
that takes a lot of moxie right there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a credible combo.
That's probably she was getting her drugs already by forging doctor notes, so she just got ballsy and forged the actual test
Oh.
results.
I think it was Keith's idea. I
Oh.
think she found somebody that she knew.
Is that yeah?
Wiped his butt with a little swab,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and then put it. I don't know. Sorry.
Gonna
I've,
let you
I've
go
had,
on and
this
on.
is raspberry
dumb.
drink. Thanks, Shannon.
That's
Making me say
so
weird
good.
shit. What
Oh,
time are we
man.
at, Little Mac?
We are at 1:18, but because of Ben's, I think we still have probably 5 minutes.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So where can everybody find you?
So definitely my Instagram, it's Becky Jo Harris, and I do a lot of sketches on there, and I just post like just random things, acting stuff, and Facebook, Becky Jo Harris, my IMDb, Becky Jo Harris. So that's it.
Yeah, just go find
YouTube.
Becky Jo Harris. Yeah.
YouTube. I just created a
Oh, yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
channel.
Oh hell yeah.
Becky Jo Harris. So that's that's it. Yeah, I try to make
Really
it
easy. Nice.
super easy, so simple. You just gotta look up those three things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right on. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. I mean, really
Yeah,
appreciate you
I'm
taking the
so
time to
excited
drive
to
out
be
here.
on this.
You can come back on anytime.
Yeah,
Actually,
you're gonna have
definitely.
to come back, especially once you guys get going on
Yeah.
late fees. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Sorry for all the bullshit interruptions. We
It's okay.
We're
figuring
still
it out.
getting the gremlins out of this new studio.
Yeah,
So
but you'll be back.
Oh yes. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Hopefully we'll get that podcast poster because I want people
Yes.
to sign in with their episode numbers. like you
Yes.
said.
Get a T-shirt.
Oh yeah. I'll
yes,
get
we
it.
got T-shirts coming. We got T-shirts coming. So
A T-shirt.
let us know if you guys want T-shirts out there. So
Yeah.
Send us a message.
and what size we should get for you. So
Awesome. And thanks to Don Reze, Ryan on camera today. I didn't get to thank him last episode. Thank you,
That's awesome.
Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah, thank you, Little Mac.
I
Appreciate
guess
it, brother.
I'm not gonna fire you after all.
He's the true hero. Don't fire this guy.
Yeah.
He's
right.
got something going for him.
Yeah.
I can see it in his eyes.
We're keeping it going.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. This is where the outro music comes on.
Cool. You know what's so funny? I think I was more nervous for this than the SAG feature. I swear to God.
Bang.